Hi, today's lesson is Tamago Yaki, which is a Japanese omelette, savory omelette. And a Japanese household, we make many different varieties, and each family has their own recipe. But today I'm showing my grandmother's recipe for you. And Tamago Yaki is a staple items for the Japanese bento boxes. Bento is like small lunch boxes and has many different items. And usually mother or father make the lunch boxes in the morning and give to the children while they bring by themselves to their work. And they eat for lunchtime. But tamago yaki is everybody's favorite items. So today, let's make the tamago yaki. The ingredients are very simple. Of course, you need to have egg, and we are going to use 3 eggs today. And dashi is another important items too. Dashi is Japanese soup stock made of kombu kelp and also katsuobushi, which is bonito flakes. You can purchase the dashi no moto, which is already created dashi powders, and that is easier, but I usually make my own dashis from the scratch. And another ingredient is the soy sauce, but this type of soy sauce is usukuchi or awakuchi shoyu, which is the light color soy sauce. And the light color soy sauce to compare the dark soy sauce is the color differences, and it has a little bit more salt content as well. And last item, but important, is sugar. Sugar is, it's probably many people think it is funny because Western cultures, you do not eat sweet omelette, but for Japanese, this tamago yaki, we often use sugar so that it has a slight sweetness to it. Anyway, you will like it no matter what. And again, it's very simple. First, let's break the egg. By the way, when you break the egg, do you usually crack egg on the edge of your bowl or your flat surface? I recommend to use the surface of the table or countertop so that it's easier to break it, but also when you are using the edge of the bowl, small shells tend to go inside of the bowl too. So I often recommend people to use this flat surface like this. And of course, when I'm teaching, sometimes the eggshells goes in, but don't worry, you can use the other shell and scoop it out. It's very easy. And 3 eggs. And when you are mixing it, just like try not to make foam too much. Just like it is mixed well enough, but not making the bubble or the foam, because we are not making the souffle or anything. It's just tamago yaki. Tamago yaki does not necessarily need to have the bubbles. And anyway, you want to mix egg before mixing other ingredients, because if you start mixing without making the egg mixed first, it is harder to mix with other ingredients. So this is probably good texture, which is it's mixed well, but not necessarily formed too much. And first, the dashi I'm going to put in. Dashi is 3.5 tablespoons of dashi for the 3 eggs, mixed well. And next is the soy sauce, light soy sauce. It's 1 teaspoon. Then sugar. So since sugar is not going to dissolve really quickly, because these are you want to make sure you mix from the bottom so that it's going to be mixed quite well. Alright, so turn on the heat. Heat is going to be, first like you can turn on the medium heat so that it's going to be warm up. And you can check the temperature. Don't put your hands on, but like you can put the hands over and kind of check the temperature too. It requires a little bit time. And also, I am using the Tamago Yaki pan today, but always you can use regular American or like a Western frying pan for Tamago Yaki as well. But it's easier to make the shape of the Tamago Yaki using the Tamago Yaki pan. By the way, this Tamago Yaki pan is very cheap, and I have much more expensive Tamago Yaki pan, but which is much more difficult to make. The reason is because this cheaper one has this Teflon coating and makes so much easier to make Tamago Yaki because it doesn't stick. The more expensive, like the professional copper one, which requires skill and also the practices, which I do not necessarily recommend. But the cheaper one is fine. And you can find these on Amazon very easily. Anyway, once the pan gets warmer, you want to oil your pan with, this is just cooking oil dipped with the paper towel, which is very easy to put the even coat to the Tamago Yaki pan that oils. Make sure you oil well. But you don't want to have too much oil either because it's going to be too much oily. Anyway, let's check the temperature if it is warm enough or not. It requires a little more warmness. It needs a little more heat. You can hear the sound. Because it has a sugar, the color gets sometimes a little bit brownish, but don't worry, that's like a tastiness. Yep, the sound is good. So we are going to put about 1/3 of the egg mixture on the pan. And the first one, you don't need to worry about the shape. Kind of like you are making the scrambled egg, but don't mix too much. Just make the fluffy forms. And again, the first roll, you don't need to be like perfect because it's going to be rolled inside. And yep. And always good idea, take the heat off so that it's not going to be burned. And don't forget to put the oil. And the second batch is going in. So it's going to be another 1/3. And this time you want to make sure the egg mixture goes underneath of the egg we created earlier. And because it has like a more loose or liquid, you maybe want to one more time to put it underneath too. Make even layers. And if bubble comes, just like pop the bubbles. And still it is wet, but we are going to start rolling. So one roll and two rolls. Again, the oil. Slide and another oil. Okay, the last batch. Make sure no sugar is remaining. And again, one more time to put the underneath and put bubbles. Again, like the egg is, you can do it 5 times or 4 times if you do not feel comfortable putting too much egg mixture. I'm just doing like 3 times. And roll. Oops. Just to make sure you are going to the corner to be cooked. And turn off the heat, and we are going to put on the makisu. Makisu is usually used for the making makizushi, but also we can use this makisu for tamago yaki as well, because tamago is still hot and or egg is still hot, so you can reshape the tamago yaki itself. So let's say you did not make the perfect shape, we can still adjust the shape of the tamago yaki, holding like this, and again keep it warm, and still it is warm, so it will be nicer shape too. And we will wait about 3 to 5 minutes to get the cooler to handle it, and we shall see. Okay, so it gets much cooler to handle the tamago yaki, and the tamago yaki looks like this. Ooh, it's still hot. It's very steamy too. And as you can see, tamago is like a great shape. Then I usually cut in 6 pieces, so I cut half and move here. And for the even cutting, I just do 1, 2, and put it on the dish. Put them like here. Ooh, you can see the nice steamy tamago. And how about to do this? Looks really nice. I wish you can smell it too, because it's really tasty. Anyway, this is a cooking chopstick, so you don't want to use this one for the eating. I'm going to use the regular chopsticks, and I will try. Itadakimasu. I taste the dashi. It's really good dashi. And also slight sweetness. It's very good. It's very delicious. So I hope you can enjoy your tamago yaki at your home. And see you next time. Bye!